Okay. Welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review, episode number 106. This one discussing the 340th chapter of the manga. Yes, 340, which is called The Story of How We All Became Heroes, Part 3. That's quite interesting on the fact they have these multi-part ones. Like, last time I did this was like 2 chapters, and that was it. This one's been on for 3 chapters now. Yep. We start off with basically they're at the Central Hospital, where All Might is waiting for the results from Atama. He's there with Hawks and all chatting. Then we see Ragdoll from the Wild Wild Pussycats. We see a flashback to them. Strategizing, split people up. Basically, it's a big strategy meeting, of course, trying to figure out a way to beat the villains. And then we cut to Eraserhead talking to Tazawa, where he talks about how scared he is. It's a very good piece, basically, that the writer of the manga basically put in here. He says we'll protect him, and then the manga ends with these 2 students. It's time to go. Talk about a path that they have to go on, basically a straight path, and it's Sweetsway. Yes. He has not appeared in the manga in quite some time. Interesting to see him. Yep. But yeah, pretty interesting chapter. We're just basically just moving along here. Feels like, though, we got some stuff accomplished with this chapter. We got big strategy being planned. Surprisingly, with the exception of Eraserhead, Oriyama, and All Might, with the exception of those 3, there's not really like a lot of really regular characters in this chapter. For one thing, Deku is not in the chapter. Nope. I don't think he's even mentioned at all. A lot of Class 1A is completely absent for this chapter. Despite that we just saw them just last chapter, which came out a couple weeks ago. Yeah. I thought that was kind of weird. Yeah, there's no real explanation for this at all. I mean, it's great to see All Might. Always great to see him. Oh yeah, Hawks was there too. Yep. Surprisingly, Endeavor's not there. He's probably out in the field. It's not really explaining exactly where the heck he is. And apparently the Central Hospital is now the current base operations for the heroes. Like, I wonder, well, probably because the Public Safety Commission, they had pretty much disbanded. Or at least a lot of the members pretty much quit because the organization doesn't exist anymore due to the fact some members got killed and like a couple of them retired. Because of the Paramount War that happened just 2 arcs for this one. Yep. But yes, the whole thing with the suspected UA traitor, that has been going on since that the staff has been suspecting that since as far back as the USJ arc. Which in the anime's terms, that was way back in late season 1. That's the far back basically they've been suspecting a traitor. And they wait this long, like almost 5 years to basically... Because there's been hints at here and there. Of course, people suspect, oh crap, it was Invisible Girl. Nope, she was not the traitor. It was Oyama. As in, his code name is I Love He Who Twinkles. Yes. It's something though, like there was some suspicion that he could have been, because they mentioned his quark was not made for his body. And after that, nothing much was done with that. And all of a sudden, oh yeah, so apparently his quark got from All for One. I'm like, interesting to say the least. He's not a downright villain per se. He just basically was manipulated. So he was the UA traitor all along. I thought that was quite interesting to say the least, because he was somebody that no one suspected. I mean, here's the thing. I don't think the writer basically is dumb to point out someone like Deku, Bakuno, Ochaku, Froppy, or Ingenium, or Red Riot, or Pinky, some of the big name characters. Oriyama is not exactly, he is part of Class 1A, but he's somebody that you probably would never suspect to be the traitor. I mean, the obvious people ruled out was Deku, like I said, Deku, Bakuno, Ochaku, Froppy, Ingenium, Momo. I mean, who would suspect a rich girl from training the school? I mean, a lot of the bigger upperclassmen for this particular group. Like, no one's expecting them, like the big name characters, the ones that essentially put are the stars of the series. I don't think that the creator basically wanted them to do it, but having Aoyama do it, a character who doesn't get much development over the course of the series, doesn't have a cool costume. Excuse me. And a lot of times speak a French accent. It's just that basically no one would suspect him doing it because there was like one hint at this, and like I'm sure that the writer probably would review it a little bit sooner, but he probably had a lot of other stuff he wanted to do. And you might be curious though, was this ever hinted at in the light novels of a suspected UA trader that being Aoyama? No. None of them brought up the UA trader situation. It was basically dealing with the personal stuff related to the characters. Oh, by the way, there is a new book coming out in February. Yep, I'm definitely looking forward to reading that one. And that one is set just before the Paramount War arc. It's called Cherry Blossoms. Yes, that'll be something to review in the future. But right now, waiting for the book to come out. Okay? So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be Demon Slayer. Okay? Next video. Bye.